8 months ago, I decided to book a one-way flight to Thailand and have my first ever professional Muay Thai fight. Now, this is the first fight that I've ever had in my entire life professionally, or performing at any level in front of hundreds of people. I had some boxing experience prior to the fight, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And I got matched up with a retired professional Thai fighter that was also a coach at another gym. And I didn't find out about this until after the fight, but this guy had over like 300 fights of experience, and I'm just there with my first fight having no idea what I'm getting myself into. And I did pretty well for myself holding up. I'm not gonna spoil too much at the beginning of the video here, but in this video I'm just going to kind of commentate and maybe a little bit walk you guys through my process here in Thailand, the progress I've made from the first time I've ever stepped in a Muay Thai gym until the day of my fight and how my fight went, and then essentially what thoughts I had after the fight and the things that I learned and what I could have done a little bit differently for my next fight. Alright boys, now with the first fight, stadium. Got the crew here.
I did too. You don't have me, that's the thing. Because I can stay here. And you want me to call this? This is two buffoons being absolute dickheads. As you can see, one of them has their ass up, ready to be fucked.
From Thailand and USA, with the 5 round to 2 minutes and a half of the red corner from Thailand, war number 40 pounds, Mr. Mat Sarat on the blue corner, Mr. Letin .huynh from USA. นี่ครับความหมายนะครับเป็นที่เดือนที่6นี้ผู้ติดตามรัฐบาลเป็นผู้ใหญ่นักแสดงซุปเปอร์ไบค์ตั้งอยู่ในวันที่20เป็นการทำ560 บาทฝ่ายแดงนักชกนักเทศทำ2-10ยิงเลยครับและทายาทนั่นแต่โดนโทษเรียนอันนั้นคงต้องเป็นเฮ้ยเฮ้ยครับมือใครถูกแล้วก็เฮ้ยขอการพูดกันเลยเฮ้ยก็ถือว่าชนะ ร
So yeah, that was the fight. What are my thoughts about the fight? It was a really good fight. I'm proud of myself for being able to hold up against someone at that level. I did have some upper hands. I was a lot younger than this guy. Like, for fuck's sakes, this guy looked like he could have been my uncle. This guy showed up, and essentially I kind of knew something was up. For my first fight, I saw the picture of my fight card, and this guy looks like a absolute killer. Like, out of all of the fighters on that fight card, the guy that I was fighting for my first fight looked the most terrifying. I was like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And my coaches wouldn't tell me really much of anything about this guy. And they did tell me he was old, just he's gonna get tired fast. The reality of it is that they tried to match me up with someone against someone that I could beat that was equal skill level. But as you know, in some fights that are being set up in Thailand, sometimes you can get set up here and there. And my coach wasn't aware of that. I was told that one of the sponsors practically almost lied to him about who he was setting me up against. And I think it might have had to be done with like betting or things like that. So I got matched up with someone that had over 300 fights, and he was a trainer. I was fighting someone else's trainer from another gym, and he was a retired professional. I found that out all after the fight, and I'm glad that they didn't tell me before I fought, because I don't know how I would have reacted to that. I was able to hold up the first 3 rounds pretty well. I think that it was a third round where he really started to like, yeah, this guy, I'm gonna kill this guy, essentially, right? I got really, really tired in the clinches for some reason, and when he swept me and I fell, I was like, fuck, it doesn't hurt. Like, when you're fighting, a lot of people fear for their first fight that for a Muay Thai fight, it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna be very painful. But when you're in there, you're just locked in, you're tunnel visioned in, and then you have all that adrenaline pumping through your body, and you don't really feel much. For example, if I were to go like kick like a pole or something right now, it would hurt. But during that fight, I felt like my legs and everything felt invincible. I was getting punched, kicked, elbowed, nothing really hurt. It was just a matter of fact that at that last round, he kicked me and my leg just completely shut off. And once I knew the fight was over and the adrenaline wore off, that's when the pain came up. And to be honest, it wasn't even that bad. I'm looking forward to fighting again. I want to train another 4 or 5 months, really learn from my mistakes from this fight, and take in what I can to win my next one, regardless of who I'm matched up with. I'm grateful for the experience that I was able to have. I'm grateful that I was able to fight the opponent of the skill level that I was able to get. I'm just glad that I was able to step in the ring and do what 99% of people in the world wouldn't even imagine of thinking of doing, going in there. Because you're going in there, you're essentially going against someone that has the same idea as you. I am going to kill this other person. And the only thing preventing me from actually killing them is a dude that's a referee standing in the middle, and some rules and regulations, of course. But it's a really living I don't know if that's the right word to say, but you feel alive. You feel like, I don't know how to explain it, like primal. You feel like a fucking gorilla jumping in a square box and just trying to destroy your opponent. Now, in this case, I didn't necessarily do that, but still, I'm super grateful for the experience I had. I'm grateful for my trainers, the gym here at K Plus in Koh Samui. If you guys ever come to Koh Samui, I would 100% recommend going to K Plus. It's located near the airport here in Koh Samui. They're great trainers. They treat you like family. We got Crew 2 and Crew Man. Great coaches. I love them. I'm very grateful for them. I'm going to continue to train with them and make sure I get a W for my next fight for that gym. But yeah, overall, I learned a lot from this experience. It doesn't end here. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. I'm not gonna take an L for my last fight. I gotta at least take 1 W before I move on to my next endeavor. But yeah, it was a great experience. If anyone's ever thinking about fighting, I would 100% recommend it. The nerves, the the emotions, the fear, overcoming all those obstacles is 100% worth it. I feel like a brand new person after fighting, and I feel like nothing in this world could ever scare me or I could fear anything else, because you're literally hopping in a box with someone else that's literally trying to kill you. That's like the next level of ego death that you go in there. You're putting your ego on the line. Win or lose. You lose, you take a hit on your ego, your pride and everything. But humility is a good thing, right? It's good. It's good to get in there and learn your weaknesses and strengths and how to come out of that. And the most important thing is, as long as you step in the ring, you're a winner, right? I'm proud of myself for being able to do that. I'm grateful for all of those people who came and supported. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Thank you for watching. I was supposed to record a whole 30-day documentary of my fight, but to be honest, I was extremely locked in. I didn't even have time to record, especially running an agency and trying to fight of my first professional fight as well. But I'm definitely going to put more emphasis in documenting my next fight here. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I'm gonna start posting here soon, maybe in the next month or so. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.